in the dresser.
Yeah, it's recording. Hi, Damon.
Mission 1, Chromatic Shadows. Here we are.
Yeah. No. So
Okay.
Damon, just so you know, so you don't make the same mistake I did. Rick's icon is a snake, not a goose.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh wait, where's his icon? Where are you seeing this?
In
Roll
Roll
20.
Who do you have the discussion with?
Myself.
Eric? You thought it was a goose? That's funny.
Well, because I saw it small, and I just thought it was like a nice, like,
I
swan
see.
head.
Yeah, it looks a little like a swan
Oh, so did you guys? Okay.
with the overbite.
I have all my Roll20 icons reduced to just names.
So just one thing, because Mike and I are going to be sharing a computer.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know if you want to like.
Yeah, just we can control this.
Okay, we can control
set it to the icons to both of us.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, in Roll20, if you find that there's not enough room, I always just
Oh yeah.
turn all the audio video functionality off in Roll20, and I reduce the little avatars down to just little text lines.
And how you do any of that?
Okay, so you
there's
go
like
to the
here.
little, where it says My Settings,
Yeah, I think I clicked the
and you just disable Speaking as Avatar, and it says Player Avatar Size, Names Only, and where it says Cat Tech None. No.
Is there a small? I'm gonna do small.
Yeah, I
For
like small
now.
also. So I got
And
this-
then I heard something about disable sound.
oh, so there's a
uh,
checkbox that says enable chat avatar, so you can unclick it.
Okay, and what does that do? Oh, it just gets rid of. Let's see. Chat avatars. Okay.
Oh, I see. It's probably in the role section.
No,
Oh,
but I
actually,
heard
one
someone say
second.
something about disabling
tech.
some sort of sound. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
because I don't use any of the AV interface with Roll20 at all.
What interface?
The AV stuff for Roll20, it's pretty bad. So I've never
Okay.
haven't used it since.
That
Oh,
might-
advanced dice. Is that what you're saying?
No, that might only be on your side. The
Oh, okay. It's probably it's probably only on Chris's side.
Yeah.
Are you guys still seeing my video? When I get rid of the screen, I forget that I'm still on camera.
yeah. What makes you feel more comfortable was pretend. Let's put up like a little Rick blind, and Rick doesn't know that we're watching.
All right,
It's
so
like okay. No object permanence.
So we're gonna be doing we're on the dice roller.
Okay.
If you click on the little toolbar with a D20, and
Yeah.
it just draws up the little dice roller app, where it says, okay, so I'm just gonna roll a couple dice pool. I'll do a 6d6 dice pool. So the target number, of course, is always 4, right?
Target is always 4. Good to know.
And I believe the caret is pointing
Greater than?
away from the 4. So I believe it's greater than 4 is how you do this.
Greater than 4.
No, that is not the answer. Okay. So,
Okay. Greater than 3? Would it be greater than 3 if the target number is 4?
okay, yeah. So the caret points towards the 4. So where it says target number,
Yeah.
just write 4, and then you make the caret point toward the 4.
Okay. But does that?
So
Okay.
the target number is greater than 4, right? So target number is greater than.
So you have to get a 5 or better?
Well, no, you get a 4, but it counts the 4.
Okay. So it's greater than or equal to. Why don't they just put that symbol there?
Yeah, they don't. It's just
Bastards.
yeah, just roll.
They don't know their math.
Right. So as far as botches in this game goes, so it's like if you roll ones, if you roll a number of ones that are more than the difficulty, the threshold of the test, that's a botch. If you roll a number of 6s greater than the threshold of the test, then that's a crit.
Okay. Okay, where's this thing?
Oh yeah.
Where's my pencil box?
Oh. It's gorgeous.
All right.
Oh, listen to the sound.
The clickities.
Listen to that clicky sound.
All right, let's put this in front so we can type. And we'll be good.
Oh, hello.
Oh, you're very, very large. Hold on. Nope. I just broke everything.
No, you didn't break everything.
Broke everything. You guys still here?
I'm here.
I hear.
Okay.
I
Sorry. I
broke
Did-
everything.
there we go.
There
I
you
fixed
go.
everything. I am the smartest.
You are the smartest.
Everything is falling and
Maybe
collapsing
this
around.
wasn't a good idea.
I think we'll be okay.
Okay,
I think we'll be good.
good.
Why are we on jukebox? Because sitting on the couch, like the laptop is slightly too far away, but we got fancy typey keyboards. Because we have new little desky setups.
So is there anything else that we need to discuss before we get going? Anything character-wise we want to talk about?
I think I am at the. No, I think Eric and I are good. I think we don't know what we don't know at this point. So I think we're like, I think
We're
we'll-
gonna ask questions as we go along.
yes.
This is a process, right? I don't know really what I'm doing either. So
Yeah.
So we'll just we'll go slow and kind of like move point by point and just kind of work through through the mission, through the adventure. In like I expect something of a deliberate way. And so ask questions, and if anything seems weird or mechanically out of place, or if you
How do I do this?
see something that you think could be handled differently or better, let me know.
No, we'll figure it all out.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, I'm gonna try and like make this like an entertaining adventure, but on one hand, this is also like total experiment. So, all right. So, Chromatic Shadows.
Ooh.
So you guys are a crew of cyber runners, and you all know each other, right?
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not sure the circumstances of your of your connection, but maybe you've run missions in the past, but you are a established up and coming crew, trying to make a name for yourself, trying to make a buck off the back of the megacorps,
Nice.
and trying to stay alive, trying to be the coolest, most badass runners on the Sprawl street, right? So I'm gonna have to work on everyone's names here. So we got Squid.
Okay.
Yes.
Your squid?
Squid.
We have Crunchy Punch. Okay. So
it's what are the other two names? Crunchy Crunch?
I'm Crunchy Punch.
Crunchy Punch.
Crunchy Punch.
Okay.
What was yours?
Kaduceus.
Kaduceus. Okay.
Nice.
Caduceus
Yeah.
with a K.
Oh, with a K. Oh, yes. Okay.
So
Heal me, Kaduceus.
Squid's got the connections, right? Squid is the face. Squid is he's got all the contacts. He's probably the best looking of all of you, and he's got you got a reputation for knowing people and for being somewhat of a man about town. and you also happen to have the only fixer, I believe, as a contact in the bunch. So Lin Shin, your fixer, has contacted you, right?
Oh boy. Yeah.
And so she's flashing back to whatever scene. She's you get this AR ping from like the avatar of Lin Shin, like kind of like winking, like so it's her, coming through or whatever. It's just in like your little peripheral vision, you see like the little sort of like pulsing wink.
Cool. I guess I answer it.
Right, sure. So you answer it, and and it comes into view. This window sort of comes into view, sort of centers on your vision, and you see Lin Shin, and she's like walking through this busy marketplace. You see all these like food stalls, kind of like all around her, and kind of like canopied sellers and things like that. It looks like some kind of like Chinatown kind of situation, and she's got like she's like on one hand she's holding out her phone, to kind of like talk to you, and the other hand you see she's got some kind of like taco in her other hand, and she's like Squid, she takes a bite. She's just like, I got something for you.
Lin Shin, talk to me.
I got a gig. You up for this, right?
Sounds lovely.
So you're gonna be meeting this Agent Snow at Club Splice. I'll send you the address. So she she kind of like puts your taco down and like like makes like a gesture, and you get like some GPS coordinates kind of pop into your periphery or whatever.
Thanks, Lynn. How are you today?
Busy
eating?
Busy working.
Ah, lovely. Always working. Working for me too. That's great.
She sort of smiles. She's like, well, stay alive so we can keep this relationship working.
Sounds lovely. Thank you.
I feel like you're a Time Life call rep person. Yes, here at Time Life, we're here to take
Your call is important to us.
So she smiles and she said, "Looking forward to my cut." Touch, and she
Okay. Cheers. All right. So do I usually call the crew or do I meet the guy usually? Oh boy, AVG wants to update. No,
No,
thank you.
No,
don't,
AVG,
don't.
get away.
Don't.
Yeah, I mean, we could just kind of fast forward to the crew has been assembled, and Club Splice is it's a runner bar, right? In the Barrens. Okay, so it's it's kind of like on the border between the Metroplex and the Barrens. It's definitely a rougher part of town. There's probably some like security barriers that you have to drive through to get there. If you're passing between the Metroplex and the Barrens, they don't let just anyone pass freely through. So you get your IDs pinged, they let you go, and but the Barrens are low income, filled with crime, filled with poverty, a lot of lot of abandoned buildings, a lot of gangs, and a lot of cyber runners. And typically that's where the runners go to conduct business because the cops tend to stay away.
Cool.
So how
Alright.
are you rolling up on this situation?
So have I already met the crew or I'm meeting them there?
Well, that's up to you, I suppose.
I tell them to meet me like a block away, I guess.
Sounds good.
So we'll meet like a block away from the club and we'll all, I guess, enter together if that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So offhand, I think one thing that would be really cool for this would be like an actual like world map
Yeah.
of
Okay.
some kind, just so you know like where everything is in relation to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like a model of a world map, you know, that you
I
could
was
like
thinking
use.
like maybe like nodes, you know, even
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
Even if it's just like a really abstract, like rings and sort of points kind of thing, it
Yeah.
would be.
even like doing like a drop down map, you drop like a handful of D6s on a chart, you know, and you know, oh,
Yeah.
there's Metroplex here and you know the Barons here and whatever, you know, and
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
all right. So you guys are arriving separately then.
Arriving a block away and meeting.
Is Kaduceus and Crunchy Punch driving together, or are they taking separate
Oh,
cars?
I see.
I'm taking my separate little motorcycle.
All
What
right.
the heck do I have?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you taking the Lexus,
Me?
the
What am
Barons?
I- Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm actually gonna ask my I'm gonna ask one of my staff to drop me off in their car.
Are they gonna wait for you?
No, I'll call them. I'll call them when I need, or I'll get a
You
You
know,
know,
that shit? Yeah.
I get an Uber or some shit like that.
Okay.
Pick me
All
up.
right. Okay. All right. So a block away, you all meet. You know, there's parking in the Barrens. You know, it's not like Brooklyn. So yeah. So Caduceus pulls up on his motorcycle. Squid's got a motorcycle, right? Rick?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got medium motorcycle.
Cool.
My mag lock, do I use that on my motorcycle or I use it for other stuff? That's for secure information stuff, right?
Yeah, you can put a mag lock on anything really. You know, it's
Oh, wow.
just like a really powerful digital lock that needs takes a lot of effort to hack, you know.
Okay.
You guys like pull your bikes up to the side of the road and you know, as you're dismounting, you know, this black town car kind of pulls up, I guess. Is that what that looks like? What does it look like when you get dropped off?
Well, I'm having one of my staff do it, so it's more like a mildly shitty car. But so I kind of just step out and like, you know, wave them on. But
Does that mean you don't pay your staff very well?
I mean, they're staff. I mean, they can eat all the food they want, leftovers from the kitchen, and they get to hang out in my house most of the time. Like, it's fine. No, I mean, my dude steps out, he totally looks like a douche. Like, it's a shiny, kind of like Hawaiian-ish style shirt with like the grease back hair and the glasses, like
Nice.
very very digital scene kid.
Nice. Is this one of your contacts, or is this just like one of your low, like one of your interns or something?
Oh, the person dropped me off? One of my interns, like a hanger-on kid who wants to learn. He's taking like the summer classes, and like, you know, he's just like coming over to the shop and like poking at the mechs and stuff like that.
Awesome. So do you have any drones with you?
What is the little drones? Hold on a second. Do I have a little hockey drum with me? I probably would. You know what? I will actually.
Yeah, you could fit that in like a back.
No, I mean that'd be bigger. I'll take a tiny guy. I'll take do the beetle ones fly or do beetle ones only crawl?
Beetles crawl, I believe.
I'll bring a fly with me. You know, just
Nice.
yeah.
All right, so there you are.
Cool.
This guy steps out of the car. Do you should we do the thing where we describe ourselves, or
Sure.
Sure.
is that like yeah, that might be helpful.
So I'm, you know, like I described, like kind of like shiny Hawaiian t-shirt, slip back, glasses.
Oh, that was you. I thought that was your intern. No, that's
No, that was me. That's my
okay.
well, I'm wearing the sunglasses and my hair is down and wet because you know, you've seen my face fucking everywhere. It's on like any fucking product you can imagine. You know, there's Crunchy Punch brand ice cream, there's Crunchy Punch brand like screwdrivers, there's Crunchy Punch brand you know, toys, plushies, all that kind of stuff. But it's all super synonymous with just like low rent, like dollar store garbage now.
Yeah. So I show up. I'm pretty tall, very thin, wearing glasses, short cropped black hair, huge bags under my eyes. I look tired and sickly all the time. And I never make eye contact with any of them. I'm always either looking down or around. I am never making eye contact. I am like jittery, caffeinated, autistic.
Awesome.
I think that's the best way to describe it.
I'm sorry, I'm writing down the descriptions. All right, so Squid, average build. He's half Arab and part black. Not sure if you see him, you're like, there's Arab in there, there's black in there. There might be some Caucasian in there. I think he has shiny black hair that's like in a ponytail, dark features, like dark hair, and he's wearing, like if you look closely, his suit is a little bit like there's like shoulder pads and stuff to bulk it out. So he might be smaller than he looks. If you're very observant, you might realize that.
Is he wearing like lifts and like there's like a vertical pinstripe going on?
He's not wearing lifts, but
All right. All right. Well, there you all are. Now you see about a block away. You see Club Splice. You know, maybe you haven't been to this bar before. It looks like, you know, from what you can see, it's a pretty nondescript concrete slab style building. And you can see that it's just covered with like archaeology of graffiti. You know, it's just the like, you know, the concrete walls themselves are just tagged, you know, and tagged and tagged and tagged. And you know, you can see the small sort of caged windows. You know, there's like sort of light, like, you know, red light bleeding out from the small caged windows on the side of the walls. And in AR, you can see this great big DNA molecule, just like, you know, just kind of like glitching and hovering and slowly rotating over the top of it.
Cool. And did Lynchen give me a description of Agent Snow? If not, I'll just ping her and
Oh yeah.
ask for.
Oh yeah. She said she's like, oh yeah. She's Nigerian and she has a flair for the dramatic.
That's a little redundant.
All right. Shall we go?
Really hard to miss.
None of us said hello to each other. We're just like,
We're just like this motherfucker again.
whatever.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Start walking.
I'm just like, let's go in and out of this place really quick. I hate this fucking place so much.
I offer him some earplugs.
All right, so
Very
you,
nice.
Dishes, you want some earplugs?
yeah, so there's a bunch of little bikes and everything parked out the front. You know, there's like small commuter cars. There's a bunch of kind of rough-looking people standing outside and smoking and, you know, cavorting, doing drugs and whatever. And you kind of like push through the crowd, you know, because you're tougher than these, you know, fucking mooks. And you push through the door into Club Splice. All right. So so the first thing is you walk in through the door, and then there's like this plastic sheeting, you know, kind of like, you know, this like layers of, like strips of plastic sheeting, you know. And so you push, you know, so you like kind of like walk through this plastic sheeting and into the bar, and you know, and the whole room that you're standing in, you know, is this insane scene before you. You see the bar to your right, and to the left is the dance floor. And the dance floor is like a crisscross of like lasers and smoke and people on the floor dancing and grinding. And the bar is this polished steel ramp, right? Just going all the way across the right side of the room. And you can see that the people working at the bar are like dressed in lab coats, and they're wearing like surgical masks. And you can see that there's like they're like serving alcohol in beakers and in test tubes to people, and you can see that like the alcohol that they're serving is being like dispensed from these networks of like tubes, sort of like behind, you know, like behind the bar, you know. And you know, you see like one of the women sort of turn to get a drink, and you know, her lab coat is like open in the back, and you can see she's got like nothing on, you know, just wearing the lab coat and like some, you know, some heels, and that's it, right? And so like people are getting served all of this sort of strange alcohol. You know, there's like a maybe like a in AR, there's like a periodic table, you know, that's like the menu like kind of projected on the wall behind. And you also see in the center of the dance floor, kind of like taking up a big sizable chunk of the dance floor, there appears to be like this plexiglass, like tiny little like a plexiglass room or like a plexiglass bubble, you know, but it's kind of like a cube. Yeah, it's like a cube, like a plexiglass cube. And it looks like there's some kind of like something happening inside of it, like some kind of like medical device, or like you see like somebody inside of it, and like some machines like doing some shit. Anyway, it's very curious. And off, yeah, beyond the dance floor, you see like alcoves and places where people are sitting in darker areas and things like that.
Hey, Crunchy, what do you suppose that is? I've seen Sex in the Middle, but that's not Sex in the Middle.
I have no idea. It makes you think of what was the stupid movie?
Cronenberg?
Yes. I just made Eric watch Dead Ringers.
Oh, I'm not sure if I've seen that one.
It's a good one.
It's super good. Mechanical bondage medical porn in the middle of the movie, like you do. I don't know. I like kind of walk up to it. Like, can I see anything as I get closer to like the cube? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, sure. So it's like it's like a micro cyber surgery
Oh.
cube, right? You see a woman sort of lying on this platform, and she's kind of in sort of like this half tube, right? And you can see like there are these kind of like robotic arms, and these sort of, and you see actually there's like a surgeon inside of there behind this, kind of like behind this little shield, and his arms are like his hands are like sort of put into these gloves, and he's like kind of like controlling this machine that's appears to be like this laser is like literally like cutting off her arm.
Wow. Ooh.
That is so I guess it's dinner theater.
Can somebody roll a d6 for me, please?
Can you tell me how?
Sure. So go with the die roller.
It's
And
a,
Oh, okay. I can just use that thing.
yeah,
you
just
also-
roll 1d6.
you also had it right, Rick. It's you can also do /R instead of R/.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
I think I rolled it. Did I roll
Yeah,
it? Oh, I have to hit,
yeah.
hit roll.
No, you did it.
Wait, what? Oh,
You-
okay. Yeah.
Here's like-
Okay.
Yeah.
So where's Caduceus right now?
I am at the bar looking at this woman and just thinking to myself, what a disgrace to that lab coat. What a disgrace. What an absolute disgrace. This is disgusting. Why? How dare they even think that medicine is not a serious profession? I don't think I've really noticed the cube yet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm still like kind of at the bar,
That's
I
fine.
guess.
So, so as Crunchy is staring at this woman, who's getting her arm removed at the moment, like it occurs to him that maybe this woman looks a little familiar.
Oh.
Ooh.
Can I roll something to see if I know them?
No, it's okay. You don't need to roll anything.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember Caduceus. You think Caduceus has some history with this woman, but you're not really sure,
Oh.
you're not really sure what it is.
Oh boy.
Okay. So I sidle up to I had every name for a serpent except for the what your name is.
Who?
Rick, what is your person's
Oh,
name?
I'm just Squid.
Squid.
Yeah.
I just went through like serpent and ass, and then I'm like, there's an S in there. Squid.
It's
that's
his real name is Justice, also, if you want to call him that.
I like the idea of Justice Squid. Like you're like this righteous. Squid. I think our man at the bar knows our sexy doctor over here. Let's
Should we tell him?
yeah. Let's go.
All right, bruv.
I walk up to Goose. He's like, yo, bro.
What?
I think
What do you want?
I think your ex is in the middle of the room over there. I think she's in that cube.
Okay, I go over to the cube.
Yeah, so there's a woman in there getting like, you know, like I described, it's this kind of like automatic like cyber surgery unit. And you recognize her. It's a woman that you have some history with. Okay, so her name is Jadis. All right,
Jadis.
and she's like a feral. Okay, she's like a neo tribal feral. You know, so she's kind of like I don't know. She's kind of like a high tech hippie a little bit, right? She so you've got some history with her, but I want you, it's not, it's like, hold on one second. But you're not on the best terms, all right? So like things are a little prickly between you. You know, she's a cyber runner too, okay? And maybe something has happened in the past that have like put things on slightly uncertain terms between the two of you. And so why don't you tell me what that is?
Back when I was working on my research, back when all these really sick people were coming in, let me just explain to you what was going on with these people, because I'd never seen anything like this
Absolutely.
before. These people would come in. No, Squid, you don't even know. You don't even understand. Like, I'm grabbing you. I'm like, you don't even understand. These people would come in and they would be screaming in agony. They would just be, they would be screaming and writhing in pain. And I had never seen anything like it. It was like as if water was acid to them. Water was literally burning their skin off. They're alive. They've had lesions. They were in so much pain. And nobody knew what was going on. And I remember this older woman, this older woman, had to be, I don't know, in her 80s, in her 90s. And she came with her granddaughter. And her granddaughter seemed okay. But this poor woman was just screaming and crying and writhing in pain, and she couldn't even breathe. That's how bad she was. And we took her in, and we took her by this you know, to one of the corners, and we set her up, and we tried to fix her up, but things were not going great, and you know, she was losing vitals, and it was just not going to happen well. And her granddaughter didn't even care, was just standing there. She had some device that she was just looking at. She didn't even care. And it, like, you know how I just have one of those things, and I'm kind of looking at you, but I'm also kind of like looking like here, and I'm kind of looking down too. Do you know that there's just times there's just one of those things that like that just sticks with you for the rest of your life. You see somebody's face and you see that look of disinterest on their face, and you just realize that face just encapsulates all of humanity and all of the hatred that people have for each other. I will never forget that face, and I will never forget that woman. And I remember the last thing that the poor old woman, she was lying there on her deathbed, and she was crying and writhing, and these lesions, and it started to stink up the place. That's how bad it was. And she was just yelling, Jadis, please. That's all she was saying. Jadis, please come here. And Jadis, she was just on her thing. And then the poor woman died. We never even got her name. The poor woman died. And I turned to her and I said, I'm sorry. There was nothing that we could do. And she just went, she shrugged. She just walked away. I will never forget that face. That face of pure disinterest, that face of pure apathy for somebody who's probably taken care of her entire life. That's what I see.
You hear this voice from behind you saying, wow, that's one hell of a story.
I turn around.
Yeah, so you see this woman standing behind you, and she's like all in black, and her hair's kind of long and straight, and her like the whole like her eyes are like airbrushed over black, like her eye like all over like her eyelids and like the whole upper part of her face are like all like airbrushed black, and her skin's really pale, and her eyes are just like glowing pinpricks of red. And she says, so you know Jadis? It sounds like things aren't on the best terms.
I know enough I need to know about her.
Well, I'm sure she wouldn't mind catching up with you after she's all done here. Maybe the two of you can, you know, bury the hatchet. We're celebrating tonight. Tonight's a night of celebration.
You seem very interested in her, in this girl who seems to be all about her Tamagotchi and shit. Like, what is this to you? What celebration?
She smiles and she says, payday. What can I say?
Okay. I stage whisper to Squid, like, I don't think she's playing with the full deck.
So I'll say to her, but so she is having her arm removed, right?
Hmm.
Can I gain any additional insight into what they might be doing to her?
Replacing it. It looks like they're replacing it
Replacing it.
with
Something very expensive.
with a prosthetic. Yeah.
You're replacing it
Yeah.
with prosthetic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
She
right.
just got paid and now she's getting new stuff.
Yeah. So
You
the
are-
woman says, you know, it's lucky, she's lucky that it was only her arm.
Oh.
Oh, did something happen? She lose a bet?
So let's just say it goes with the job, but you know that.
Hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No hablo inglés.
Job? I don't know what job is. I actually I flag the bartender and I start walking towards him, just like away from her.
Okay. She says, my name's Sif. She says to you guys, you know, she's like, you know, not a lot of runners come in these parts unless they've got, you know, some wear to flash. You know, this is a Borg hangout. So I don't know. It's Discount Tuesday, you know. I got my boy over there. He'll probably, you know, if you cut yours off, he'll cut his off.
Tempting offer. Maybe not tonight though. For me.
Well, I'm sure there's other ways that, you know, maybe there's some other ways that we can we can have a good time together.
I'm just looking at her like,
She says, don't be a stranger. You know?
I'm just walking. I just walk away.
She pushes past, you know, and you can see her kind of like walking to like a table with a few other people sitting down. She's
Oh,
down with
man.
them in like some corner, you know.
I was like,
We're the
I was-
grumpiest crew ever.
no, I just like go, it's like, Squid, where the fuck did you bring us? These fucking bored people fucking twisted.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're gonna find Agent Snow. Everything will be fine.
All right.
Fit and fine.
I
We'll
mean,
be tip
like,
top. We'll get out of here in a jiff and we'll
Yeah, so you get
keep
yourself
running.
all right.
get yourself something at the bar, I assume.
Yeah.
Something off the curiosity.
Shirley Temple, please.
They put, like
Roy
pour
Rogers for
two
me.
chemicals together in this like, you know, this beaker that starts like overflowing with like fumes and
Oh,
you
nice.
know, decant it off and hand it to you.
Oh man, it's like going to Stockade in Kingston, actually.
Yeah.
Like almost exactly the same.
You know, as the smoke clears, it's like, you know, perfect, clear, pink.
Nice.
So, you know, you're sort of like tasting your Shirley Temple. The doors like of the you know, you see like the doors open in the club, and you see these two men walk in, and you know, they're both like built like almost like sumo wrestlers, you know, like just really wide, large Chinese men wearing like tailored, really expensive tailored suits, you know, and their hair is like coiffed, you know, looks like it's just been like razored, like super tight, you know. They're wearing like these fucking expensive black mirror, or like, you know, just black opaque sunglasses, you know, and they walk in and they just kind of look around, and you can see they've got like carbines, or like probably like submachine guns, just kind of like bouncing at their hips, you know. And they walk in, and you know, they give you they stand aside a little bit, make a little bit of room, and you see this woman walk in behind them, and you know, she's really something, you know. She is just she's at least like 6'2", but her mohawk makes her look a lot taller, right? So yeah, like this extremely like dark complected woman with this white mohawk like buzzed on the sides, right? And she's wearing like this like fitted like mini coat with these huge exaggerated shoulder pads, right? And she's wearing kind of like this like thong bodysuit, and like thigh high like platform heeled boots, and she's wearing these white cat's eye sunglasses with like mirrored lenses, and you can see she's got like long polished white fingernails, right? And you know, and she like walks in, like you know, the director's screen, you know, like all the conversation just like stops, you know. And you know, she's looking around, and she says, "I'm looking for Squid."
Yeah, I'm like already walking up to her.
I sent a picture over to the group.
Oh, I don't know how to. Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna say something to her, which might be related. I don't know how to do this. I have to download it.
Don't worry about it. It's just
Don't
a
worry.
picture of Grace Jones.
Just Grace
That's
Jones.
what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say to her something about Grace Jones, actually. So I walk up to her and I say, "You must be Snow."
She says, "Yes, let's find a private room. We have business."
Before we go there, I have one question. Is your grandmother, is her name Grace?
She, you know, she gives you a little bit of a smile.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
whoa.
And here's a picture
What?
of Grace Jones with a white mohawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I've
How come I can't pull it up?
I'll
yeah, I
find
think
it- I found
I think I've seen it before. Because when you described it, I'm like, I know that look.
Yeah. Well, oh, Chris is blocked.
Yeah.
Can't share
You
screen.
can't share screen when you're recording.
You know,
Oh, okay.
she kind of
Okay.
like smiles at you and she says, "All identities are confidential, Mr. Squid."
All right, so and I say these are my friends, Crunchy Punch and Caduceus.
She says, "Let us save the pleasantries until we find
Okay.
a secure private room."
Right.
So you guys go toward the back of the club where there's some private rooms, and you enter in. Actually the guys go in first, and you can see they've got some devices with them. They've got like one of them has like a little they're like scanning the room, and another one is like setting up another device, and another one is like setting up another device, and another one is like scanning you guys. All right. And it pings on your drone, actually, Mike.
Okay. I take it out and show him. Yeah.
And she says, if you'd be so kind as to power that off.
Absolutely. And I just like boop it. Let them scan it again if they want.
So the door's closed behind you, and she and she sets up like a white noise machine in the room. So like so it kind of like scrambles any kind of recording, any kind of digital recording, and like there's a frequency jammer. Like so basically what they're using, just I can explain what they're using just to give a sense of some of the tech. Like they use the bug scanner to like check for bugs, which is just like an RFID scanner, that basically just checks for radio signals or whatever else. And a frequency jammer that basically shuts down any kind of like radio communication device within the area, and like a white noise machine, which would jam any kind of recording, it would make any kind of audio recording. It would like corrupt any kind of audio recording. So she sits down and she says, "Lin Shin speaks highly of you, Squid.
I'm honored.
You come recommended. I don't expect to be disappointed. But shall we get down to business?"
Sounds good. What do you propose? What do you have, and what do you have to offer for us?
She says, she kind of folds her hands and leans in, and you can see your face reflected in her cat's eye sunglasses, and she takes the sunglasses off, and she actually has cat's eyes,
Underneath the sunglasses. That's great. I love it.
And she says, "Well, it would seem that in the Sprawl, the dead are coming back to life."
And what do you want us to do about that?
I want you to find out what's going on. She sends you, she says, this is the details. These are the details. 7 days ago, 3 individuals were seen on surveillance feeds breaking out of a hospital. except that these individuals were confirmed dead. 72 hours on ice, dead on arrival, shot through the vitals in confirmed gang violence. Eyewitnesses and some surveillance footage captured these individuals escape on foot with the assistance of several other individuals. The people that I represent have reason to believe that there might be an asset involved.
Are we talking tech or something stranger?
Unknown. We need you to find out more. We need you to get close, find out what's bringing these people back, confirm whether or not there is an asset.
And so I assume they're not doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. If we can get our hands on an asset, is that what they want?
Investigate first, confirm whether or not there's an asset, and we can renegotiate the contract
How should I contact you?
through your fixer.
Okay.
So the events that took place were a week ago, she says. And so unfortunately, that means that the trail might be going a little cold.
Ooh.
And it's also possible that there are other interested parties that have taken an interest. So be advised.
Okay.
And so all of your AR fees are pinged with a little file. So she sends you like a little file in AR. And if you open it, you can see it's like a little loop. It's like a little video loop of some grainy security footage from like a parking lot security camera. And you see 3 like people in like medical gowns being like hustled out like this back service store, and with 2 assisting individuals who are like dressed in like black hoodies. And you see them like all kind of hustling up to this unmarked black van that just kind of like pulls up, and they get into the van and drive off. And you can see one of the guys in the hoodies is carrying has this duffel bag with like something like a big duffel bag that is like, by the way that they're carrying it, it appears to have have some weight to it.
Okay.
So she says that the base payout, the payout for this job is 20,000 credits.
Now, Chris, how much money is that? A lot of money?
Far more than what I have right now.
She says, considering that this is mostly an investigation job, although there is the possibility of some violence. We're offering a $20,000 payout for the acquisition of this information.
20,000 quid.
So at least by the rules, this would be a point where the face would do some negotiating, right?
Okay, that's why I'm asking, is it a lot of money or not?
Right. So, but at least the way that I have the rules set up right now, this sort of falls into a classification level 2 job.
Okay.
Which basically, and I don't know if this is the best way of describing this, but at least it gives you like kind of a structured breakdown of so on page 101 there's the contract chart, and it talks about like the classification level 1 through 6 and the base payout, and then the type of mission and the asset involvement and the kind of thing that you might, some of the kind of threats that you might expect within a mission like that, right? So so in this case, you know, like classification level 2, risk of violence, security, surveillance, and defended by moderately skilled opposition. Some hacking may be involved. A low-key weird element might be apparent. So it's you know, it's not considered like a highly sensitive mission, or you know, or where there's an expectation of a lot of interpersonal violence or something like that.
Yeah.
You know? Or at least
I'm
that's
still willing to negotiate if you want to do that, though.
right. So we can. So I mean, that's another thing. Like, at least by the book, you would roll some dice, and we could see if you can negotiate up higher. You know, there could be some role playing involved,
I
but
can do both if you want. Yeah.
but we could just roll some dice and see how that works. You know,
Okay.
so so here we go. So in the case is that generally speaking, a proxy will only offer contracts with a classification equal to or lower than negotiate carrier's rep. Okay, so negotiation roll. A crew will always want to negotiate a higher payout with a proxy. The negotiating character rolls charisma plus rep.
Okay.
+1 if they have a fixer with a success threshold equal to the classification level of the mission.
Wow. Okay. So I'm rolling 9 dice.
Yeah, so that might be a little high. You know, it might just be something like rep. You know, I mean, that's something that, but I haven't changed the rule yet. So let's just let's just do it like this for now.
Okay.
So roll your charisma plus rep +1 because you have a fixer. Okay.
And what die is that? D6?
It's D6.
Okay. So that's 9 D6, right?
96, difficulty 4.
Okay. Hold on. Oh wait, I'm not nuance this. Roll
Right,
advanced.
so
Okay. Roll.
Advanced roll. Go 9 D6.
D6. Okay. Here we
You
go.
drop down to target number. Caret pointing toward 4.
Yeah, I have that. Okay. And then I just hit roll. Okay. Here we go. 5 successes.
Wow.
And I say to her, I say, so this is just a reconnaissance mission in which we're looking for people who can't die, and there might be other factions involved who want to kill us. Is that what you're saying? For 20,000 quid?
Okay, so you've rolled 5 successes, and this threshold is 2, which means you and she says, well, I'm willing to negotiate an additional 3,000, but no higher than that.
Oh my god.
1, 2.
3,000. Okay, I guess is that it, or is that?
Yeah, so I mean that's
Okay.
basically it. So like any successes that you get over the threshold would be, at least according to the rules,
Okay.
as they're written now, would be an additional 1,000.
Okay. Okay.
But that's 1,000 for each of you, right?
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true. Yeah.
So okay. All right, so for 20, so it's agreed then. The payout is 23,000 credits.
Cool.
So she will pay. So she gives an advance of 11,500, like wired, you know, so she can like wire 11,500 into, you know, well, actually, you know, she doesn't actually wire anything. That's not what she does, because she prefers to use more anonymous
Yeah.
means of.
So like Dogecoin or something.
Yeah, exactly. So she probably has like cred sticks or something like that, you know, like credit like coins or something like that, actual
Okay.
chips. Or you know what they are? They're probably it's probably more like I bet it's more like gift cards or something like that.
They're iTunes gift cards. You can play our taxes with them.
Is there just like one corporation that makes everything? So like having a gift card is like just having cash. It's like Amazon.
Yeah, so she pushes them towards you, and she's like, make sure you spend them before they expire. Actually, no, I wrote up like what the credit is like in this game. So let me find that.
That's messed up.
Okay, so cred chips. Financial transactions occur through secure encrypted credit transfer via a user's HUD or data link. When an individual wants anonymous currency, cred chips are exchanged. Cred chips are lightweight aluminum or plastic discs with an embedded microchip that registers a credit value. The credit amount can be transferred to a user's line of personal credit or spent as is, reducing its value. Additionally, credit is easily transferred from a personal account to a cred chip without a trace. Cred chips cannot be hacked. So they could look like credit cards, they could look like discs, whatever we think looks cooler, I guess. But that's pretty much the idea, is that it's like, this anonymous, unhackable currency that, you can spend as is, or you can kind of like upload into your own bank account, I guess.
How much of a tech head is Mike's character? I know he's like a gearhead, but does he have technical stuff too? Like
I can build robots and pilot robots and drones.
okay. But you're
but I'm
not
not-
like a computer guy as much.
No, I'm not a hacker. I'm much more like battle bots than.
Because I'm trying to think if we would already have something in place where like I put the cred chip in it and it automatically splits the cred chip into 3 and sends it to like accounts that we each have.
Yeah, I'm
Or
sure.
into yeah.
I'm sure we could have something like that. I'm sure I could. If not, I could easily buy one. It's actually
Yeah.
it's like a pill slicer. Here's a-
So that it's just like I just feel like that'd be like an automatic protocol that we'd have. Just so everything's on board, and if I die, like you guys, you have to like search my pockets for cred chips,
No, totally. Let's do that. Yeah, so we'll split it. So what is that, a person?
A third of 11,500.
Yeah. Right.
Where's the calculator?
So it's like, actually, does that work on this keyboard?
It should work on this. Like I think I got one.
Oh, it does work on this. Oh shit.
You got one?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
fancy keyboard I got has a thing. 3,833 credits and a third.
Okay.
What did I say? 3,833?
Yeah.
3,913.
4, 6, 53. Come on, quintupling my bank account. All right.
So she's so Agent
Snow.
So Agent Snow turns and she says, do you have any further questions for me before we conclude our business?
I won't be able to contact you again and unless I use Linshin, right?
That is correct.
Can you give me a second to think?
If I determine that we need to meet again, I will
So
negotiate.
the data file she gave us, is it just the video or is it more information?
Well, it would have information of, it probably has information of the hospital.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
we would know the location.
Okay.
Yes, we know the location of the hospital at least.
And no identities or anything, right? Or
No identities. No.
okay.
Yeah.
So I ask her.
She says that they were, anonymous. They were like brought in anonymously.
All right. So I say to her, no, I don't think there really is. Oh, who are you working for?
She says, Lin Shin insisted that you were trustworthy and, of course, would conduct business with the highest discretion. And it goes without saying that you will not be sharing any of the details of this mission with anybody outside of the circle.
Of course. That's her whole answer.
That's a pretty fair answer.
It was worth a shot. It's nice meeting you, Miss Snow.
She says, I look forward to hearing, I look forward to your success, she says, and future business. Good luck.
We do too. Cheers.
She gets up and leaves with her entourage.
All right.
That was
So wait, this club, is it normal for this club for people that walk in that they're that huge with the guns like that?
So apparently it's a runner club. That's what goes down in places
crazy.
like this. Fucking crazy cyber runners hang out here, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So Kaduceus, what do you think?
Well, first of all, just so I get a better sense of the larger environment, is there time here?
Time.
what?
Is there like daylight?
Yeah.
Thing? Okay, so what time is it now?
It's night. It's nighttime.
That's what I figured.
What
Okay.
time of night? It's probably like I don't know. Let's say it's 10:30.
Okay.
Maybe a little later. Maybe 11. Yeah.
All right.
Whatever. It's fashionably late.
As Squid was talking and negotiating, and as soon as I got the file, because I'm assuming I have a thing that I can look at the file on as soon as I get
Right.
it.
So you have like a heads up display, right? So you've got like a thing, you've got like a device, your iPilot or whatever that generates like a heads up display that connects to the internet and creates like a virtual workspace for you and has pop-up windows and stuff like that.
So as soon as that happened, I've been watching it on a loop.
Okay.
Just watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I notice that maybe they wouldn't have?
I would like you to make a roll.
Yes. Okay. Tell me how to make the roll, and I'll do it.
I want you to roll intelligence plus.
Intelligence what?
Plus.
Plus.
I would say intelligence plus perception. Difficulty is going to be 3, so it's going to be a threshold 3.
Okay.
So /R.
Yeah.
/R.
And so do you have, one of the mechanics of this game also is that if you have effort, you can always spend a point of effort, and effort gives you certain advantages like extra dice to roll.
Okay. I will spend the effort then.
Effort refreshes. I think you get 1 point of effort every day.
Right.
And effort, you get things by doing special things, you get effort back.
Okay.
So let's check out effort, and that would be a thing to just play with tonight, just to see how that works, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just gonna read a little bit about effort and what effort does for you guys. Hang on.
Do it. Let me figure out the syntax to this.
So
you don't need braces.
Okay.
So each character starts with 1 point of effort. Additional points of effort can be bought with build points at character creation or increase with experience. Effort is a resource characters can use to push the odds of the dice in their favor. A point of effort has 3 separate uses. A player must decide which effect he wants before the point is spent. So spend 1 effort before rolling a die test, gain a +2 bonus to any roll. So you can gain 2 extra dice to a dice roll.
Okay.
Spend 1 effort after rolling a dice test. Re-roll all failed dice. And spend 1 effort while you're dying, you can instantly stabilize.
So, do you want extra dice or do you want to re-roll your failures? That's the question.
I think it ends up being the same in the end.
Does it really though?
Oh, well, no, because then you
No,
already have
no.
guaranteed positives.
Because you
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
re-roll all your failures.
Yeah.
I think that might be more powerful, but I'm not sure.
I think so.
Although-
It's probably true.
Although if
like-
you can only roll like 1 die, then getting getting
Yeah.
using getting 2 more dice.
Yeah.
Is
So the
actually-
success threshold is 3. So if you need to 3 to succeed on this test.
So and the thing about spending it later too is you might not have to spend it at all.
That is true. And then also spending it later. I think it's like the price, like let's make a deal thing where you have better odds when you know
Right.
what is not correct.
Unless you need the extra dice to make this, unless you like really
Yeah.
need the extra dice to like make the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think if your base is 6 and you only need 3 of them, that's already
Okay.
not bad.
It's 4 or higher.
4 or higher, and you need 3 successes to get this.
All right. So we're gonna do
Do
this.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. 3 successes.
3 successes.
Boom.
Great.
Mark of the beast. You see it?
Right.
Bow.
But I still.
Nice.
Does that one take out the success?
No.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
vampire. It's not vampire.
Cool.
The only time that the 1 would be meaningful is if you rolled more 1s than your success threshold. So if
Yes.
it was,
Oh,
Like
okay.
Gotcha.
4
so
ones
if
or
it were
3 ones.
threshold 2 and you rolled 3 1s, it would be a botch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'd say that didn't happen. That probably won't happen very often. I remember it happened quite a lot in Mage. Like, it happened a lot in Mage. It's like, you botched this? What? But I just spent my effort,
Reality
right?
implodes.
No, you did not.
Did you spend effort for this?
I did not
No.
spend my effort.
You did not.
No,
you did
he
not spend effort.
He
Cool.
was waiting to see. I think you're waiting to see.
Oh, so with effort, okay. I have to call that I'm going to use effort before I roll initially.
No,
There's 2
it
different
depen-
ways.
Yeah, exactly. So you can either use it for 2 extra dice. So let's say you have a dice pool of
okay.
1 and you're like, okay, I need 2 more dice.
Gotcha.
Or you can wait, and if you roll like poorly, you can use it to re-roll your success,
Gotcha.
which I
Gotcha.
think
Okay.
is really great.
I think that's really good. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
All right. So, I
Like,
still
so
have
if,
my
for
effort.
instance, let's say that this was a threshold 5 test, and so you could be like, oh, I'm going to spend a point of effort or let's just say it was threshold 4 and you're like, okay, I'm going to spend a point of effort and re-roll the 2 2s and the 1s
Right.
and try to
Mhm.
get 1 more success
Yeah.
out of that. Right. Okay.
Okay.
So this is what you find
Can
out.
you use a point of effort to re-roll a botch?
Good question.
Yeah.
Or does a botch supersede?
Um,
Or maybe you can use effort to turn a botch into a regular failure.
That's probably a
That's
better.
probably a better one.
Right? It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
it doesn't explode in my face, but I don't like
But it'll explode in my hand.
Yeah.
let me write that
I've
down.
had that happen to me. Oh my god.
Oh man, I remember rolling success for just success, and then like the one I really needed, like, and I had so many dice to roll. I was just like, yeah, this is gonna happen, and it botched, and like everything just failed. I think that was the campaign that we played at your office, Mike.
Which
In
one?
Numenera. I think
Oh yeah,
Devin,
probably.
the guy.
Yeah, Devin was running Numenera.
Yeah, and like it was just terrible.
Right.
Like the whole cave like fell in or something. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, something like that. Something like
Okay, so this is what you find out upon watching and rewatching this
Nice.
grainy video feed. You notice that one of the sweatshirts of the individuals, not the not the people,
Not the undead.
not the undead, not the resurrected, but the two individuals helping them, the one that's wearing the black. One of the sweatshirts seems to be open, and you notice that there's a symbol that really captured your attention, and that's what you really kept kind of fixating on. That may be why you kept watching this thing over and over again. It's, you know, because it, first of all, it caught your attention because it was red, and second of all, it was kind of familiar to you, and being trained in, you know, having an education background and a medical background, you're certain that this symbol is the Maltese cross.
The Maltese cross. Interesting.
Which was the symbol of the Crusaders.
Huh.
Interesting.
I think I know what that looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think on Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's large, and it's kind of like emblazoned on whatever, you know, piece of clothing that this person is wearing, you know, beneath this zip up hoodie.
Can we do a little data search, like Google find, Google images, like,
Well,
and along with keywords like
so I'll tell
Maltese
you.
cult?
So I'll tell both of you that after this happens, I'll be like, "It's a Maltese cross that he has on his shirt. I'm certain of it. I'm certain that's a Maltese cross that he has on his shirt right there. Certain of it."
I feel like I'm at work.
What?
I feel like I'm at work.
Okay, back. You guys want to do research? Go for it.
Gotta
Yeah.
have fish 6 at 12. Gotta have fish 6 at 12.
So many toothpicks. So many toothpicks. Oh my god. No, this week was Bob the Builder conversation, and
nice. We're talking to my son, or no, I'm just kidding.
or a 21-year-old dude about to go to another skills program, you know.
Yeah.
No, he's good. He can tell you everything about every Godzilla movie ever made, including the color of the beams and if Godzilla's roar has changed. Like,
Wow.
that's like his jam.
Yeah.
And every Disney DX Plus show.
Which is what exactly?
Just like
That kid is gonna have, like, I think that kid is gonna grow up with a 50% chance of being a billionaire.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, totally. He's real cool. The shit he likes, he knows everything about. He doesn't know really how to make cereal, but he can, you know, tell you.
Like, can you like pour it?
Yeah, he can pour it. Whether enough milk gets in there is another question, but he'll tell you about every Toho movie from like 1950 to like 1993.
Wow. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah.
Should we pause this for Damon's sake?
Yeah,
Sure.
sure, why not?
All right, here we
Can you
go.
hear me chewing?
Recording.
Well, it's my ASMR artist. You're an ASMR artist. It's great.
All right, Damon, we're back.
Welcome, Damon.
Oh, we're back.
You missed the
Welcome
cabaret.
to Verizon.
So right now you guys are, so you guys are in the back room, and like a bouncer kind of like sticks his head in and says, "Hey, if you guys are gonna stay back there any longer, you're gonna have to start paying."
No, that's cool. I've been in enough champagne rooms. I don't. This is a little less for my taste.
Or at least buying drinks.
Do you guys want to hang out here? Do you guys want to come back to my place? What would be?
Drinks are free at your place.
That is true. Drinks are, well, someone's got to pay for them.
So what do you guys decide? What you guys decide just then on drinks?
Oh, just deciding. Do you? So
we want to stay here, or do we want to go back to his place
or somewhere else?
or somewhere else?
Let's go to Crunchyville.
Cool.
Okay, Crunchville.
So I hit I call my cyber Uber up to the car service to pick us back up and take us out of here.
Cool, cool.
We follow you though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can
We
you can follow me.
So like, you know, as you exit into the main room, of course, you notice that the little surgery kiosk is empty. And you see Jadis, you know, standing in the corner with her crew. You know, you can see a few people now. You see her, you see Sith, and you see like two other men that she's with, you know, and you can see her like kind of like flexing this new like chrome hand, you know.
If someone has a low unity, is there anything you can do to like set them off to like push them over that edge?
Just shatter their minds.
Oh, as you like sort of like walk out, she like turns like this, and she like like this towards you, Kaduceus.
Very Terminator.
I'll just go.
You just look at the floor.
I'll just walk away. Disgusting.
Cool.
Yeah, she's like calling after you. Where you going? Where you going? I was just kidding. Come back.
She wants you to sit and spin.
I just walk away.
Aw.
I have no time to deal with such disgraces to humanity.
Wow.
Oh shit.
So do I know if Kaduceus is a purist? Does he have no augmentations or?
Does he has a trode, so he must
Yeah.
have.
Okay.
Got something, but
What is he like? Mostly pure?
I don't think he's got any cyberware or anything.
no.
So that makes two of us. Yeah.
No, I think it's the three of us. We hadn't really figured out, you know, what to buy yet. So we
I
may
think
have
mostly
some
hackers. Well, not mostly hackers, but yeah. It's expensive. I was gonna get Crazy Eyes, but it's like, was it like $7 grand all told? Because was it 4,000 for the eyes or something, and then 3,000 for the I went thermal eyes.
Yeah. So with the I rolled the since the last edit I turned the augmented eyes are now like multi-spectrum.
Oh.
So it's basically like you get dark vision and thermal vision in one
Oh,
that's
one augment. It just seemed kind of stupid to just to kind of like parcel it out as individual augments rather than just having one, like, oh, you get multi-spectrum eyes that can see in different spectrums, can see in starlight, can see in ultraviolet, right? Can do like the Terminator heat, the Predator heat vision, right? And then there was another one that was like the binocular, there was like binocular eyes that I was like can like kind of like see close things, can do like extreme close up, like almost like microscopic, and then
that would be cool. Yeah.
and can see far away stuff, you know, so you can like examine something you like, maybe like comes out like a
like an actual telescoping.
cool.
That'd be really
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
you know.
At risk to it too, like you're trying to examine things in a sword fight, you're like, ah.
So
All right, so we're heading back to Crunchy Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think right now Caduceus would be pretty averse to all that kind of stuff. Like I think he would actually have like a little bit of a judgmental attitude towards that kind of stuff because he spends so much time with
Caduceus having a judgmental attitude?
but you know, just thinking about like the purity of the human body and all that kind of stuff.
So one of the rules ideas I kind of want I'm floating is that well, in the case of a medic, you know, like when you get like reduced to 0 hit points or whatever and you're dying. The original rules of the game were that you lose a point of unity even if you made your recovery rolls. With a medic though, that you can prevent that from happening, right? But the original rules were going to be like, you lose a point of unity through the dying state just because your body has suffered catastrophic injury. So if you come back from dying, then you lose unity. I wanted to do a thing where you'd like roll on a random table to determine like what body part got like fucked up.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So it would actually kind of create an in-game rationale for getting cyberware, like oh, you know, you got your arm blown off because I rolled arm or something like that, so now you need a cyber arm, you know, like you've already lost your unity because you got yourself really badly hurt. So it's not like you need to lose any more unity to get it fixed, you know. They just need to cut off the bloody stump and replace it with something that works.
So it's like you're already paying the unity cost for your replacement.
Yeah, just by dying. Or
And that's
I like that idea a lot, actually.
yeah.
And that list, heart's not on there, right? Like I can't roll and be like, oh yeah, my heart exploded.
Oh God.
It could be like organ or something, but I like the idea of there being like an in fiction reason for like getting augments other than just chopping your limbs off.
Yeah.
For like a fetish or whatever, you know.
Well, and that's what you displayed in the club too, right? They did a mission. It sounds like they got a payday, but she lost an arm, so she got it replaced.
Yeah.
And maybe she died. I don't know what happened with her.
Right.
Maybe she died and she came back more empathetic. You never know, Kaduceus.
I mean, I think the medic, like doing the thing where the medic prevents you from losing unity, sort of mitigates some of that. I don't know. But I guess that's something we can talk about in the future. So let's talk about Crunchy Town. What's that like?
It is.
What's the approach like? What
So if it's the underground part of the of Cybertown kind of thing. So we're going to like
Corpsec, right? You're going to the yeah.
So you know we take the
Corpsec. So this is like the most secure,
Corpsec.
This is like the absolute most secure part of the city. You know, this is like the elite, where all the CEOs live and shit.
Yeah, so I tell you guys to stay close and I bloop you through like the 3 security gates to even get to the main security gate. You know, we take the down ramp and you know it's all like it's like when Homer's going to like the Stonecutters tunnel and it's just like, you know, carpeted highways kind of shit, like AR gold. There's a heavy Southeast Asian influence, so it's like, you know, like giant sort of lacquered fingernails and gold neon shit going everywhere. I am in a nice multi-floor apartment. It's kind of like a the digital equivalent of a brownstone. I take you guys down to the garage where there is, you know, my main, whatever my new shiny sports car is, but there's also a bunch of mechs, including like, you know, like a large ass like combat mech on like a little, you know, they're all like tastefully lit. Like it's my little, my car showroom. The upstairs is design and sort of like Swedish modern, but I'm really tasteless. So it's like so there's like a light up Coke sign above, you know, like a $10,000 teak table. You know, I think it's real snazzy.
Somehow you made IKEA look even cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. It's just like, oh, you know, here's this like, you know, like 2002 Apple style design. Oh, that's what I also have. I'll have retro will be really in, but it'll be mid-century modern, so it'll be but for the year 3000. So it's like a original iPod, like in a little like rotating lucite case. Yeah, I had my first you know, by one, was it, was that Bot Wars? What was the show that used to be on Sci-Fi where it's just people made those robots with buzzsaws that would smash into each other?
Um,
BattleBots.
BattleBots.
BattleBots. Yeah.
Yeah. So like my first winning like BattleBots guy is like, you know, mounted on the wall, all that kind of stuff. And you know, there's nice there's some Perrier. You know,
Some Mountain Dew.
the cook brings out some hot pockets.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's very
I try to eat a hot pocket without making a face.
So hot, so hot. Burn the roof.
and
I mean,
frozen in the middle.
I'm probably not that much of a snob because I'm not really rich, but still.
Oh, that's an
Yeah,
idea.
just like all the different condiments, you know, and like little like ramekins all set up, you know.
Oh yeah, totally.
Sweet
hand
sour,
carved.
Is this honey mustard?
honey mustard, all the condiments, like 50 condiments.
There's Heinz ketchup, Hertz ketchup, you know, like all the flavors,
Sriracha.
sriracha, yeah. Some Frenches.
Oh God.
Will you be requiring any tater tots this evening, sir?
Oh, I don't know. You know, it's cool. I figure it out. You know, just you know, but we're stocked, right?
Of course, we're stocked.
Great. Yeah, you know, don't worry. You know, go take
Oh
it
shit!
easy.
Do you have beefaroni?
You got some Progresso, like you got 14 kinds of ramen. It's great.
We got 50 pallets of crunchy ramen.
Yeah, we also have the flaming hot Cheetos. What was she eating? The Easy Mac.
Oh, that God, that yeah.
Easy Mac Cheetos.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Crunchy style Cheetos, crunchy mac and cheese.
Yep, all that stuff.
Gross.
I probably do ask for something. There's probably some crunchy product that it's like a secret or like what do you call it? Guilty pleasure. Like
Oh, yeah.
crunchy hot pork rinds or something like that.
Yep, my face is on them. I'm just like eating a chip, like
Pass the Kris, please.
I start throwing packs out. You know, you can like open up the couch arm thing, and there's just more packs in there.
Is the crunchy avatar? Is it actually your face, or is it like a cartoon version of you?
It's a really creepy, uncanny valley version where it's me, but my eyes are super anime.
Oh.
Not cool.
Oh, it actually depends on the product that I'm selling. So if it's like a food, like my mouth is just like giant smiled, and like you know,
Nice.
my Crunchy brand sunglasses are just like deal with the dog face.
So I know you wear like shiny Hawaiian shirts. Is that what you said? But what else? What do you look like? Besides that? I forget. I didn't.
So dude's a pretty solid like super nerdlinger, like he's like real slight, he's pretty pasty. You know,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure for some reason. I kind of imagine you as like looking like a Samoan. Just like
oh, that's good too. Ooh, I do kind of like Samoan. Yeah, let's go that way.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's it. No, that's much better. Samoan, and like my super like thick palms with like really short little stubby finger kind of things. It's not really sure how I operate my tools, but like,
oh my God, that's brilliant.
There we go. That is the plan.
Do you have a mustache?
It's a molester stash.
You have a half a mustache.
No, I want a molester stash. Like,
oh my god,
it's like real thin.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
I used to have a friend named Kris.
You can't grow it any bigger. It's just like,
yeah, that's just like it's like John Waters, but like my friend Crit in high school, when he made a fist, he still had dimples. He didn't like his knuckles were like underneath, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like
I've definitely seen that.
That's my jam. I am a Simone dude. Shiny Hawaiian shirt.
Yes.
Playing the violin is not in my future.
All right, so here you are. You're gathered. You are full of hot pockets. You know.
So now can we go and do some research on the Maltese cross / cults or / like try to look up to see if we can find what groups or cults use the Maltese cross. Is that, I'm saying that right? Yeah,
Yeah.
as their symbol.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So
Yeah.
you're gonna do a little like little web surfing. You're gonna go
Yeah.
online. You're gonna call any contacts. How are you gonna go about doing this?
Okay. First, I'm going to who has investigation because I have none.
I have 1.
One.
Better than none.
Can he roll investigation / something else, intelligence or something?
Yeah, it would be intelligence plus investigation. Depends on what you're trying to do, I guess.
I guess we're just trying to figure out what groups use this symbol and then try to narrow down like which ones are most likely to be in this situation. Like if there's a group that's like, we want to bring back the dead, like the Christian Science was it Christian scientists that are like raise the dead, heal the sick, cast out demons. That's their like motto. Like if we see that, we're like, okay, it's these guys,
Right. Got it. So if you want to just kind of run this as like a you're just kind of like running through cloud databases, you're just basically running search engines in AR,
Yeah.
looking for as much information, just kind of like doing reverse image searches, just seeing if anything local pops up. I mean, you also have the lead that these people died in gang violence, right? Originally, or at least the victims died. So these are the details, right? They're
Right.
anonymous. They're anonymous victims of gang violence that were shot through the vitals, brought in dead on arrival. They were on ice for like 72 hours, and they were smuggled out of this facility somehow inexplicably alive by these 2 individuals and taken into this van and driven off, right? And there's the symbol, the Maltese cross. So let's do.
I guess we also look up gangs related to the symbol, I guess too. Yeah.
Okay.
Since you said that.
Also,
Do you have any streetwise or anything like that?
Well, I do.
What
I
do
have 3 points of streetwise.
yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we can all be investigating and we can all roll. That makes sense. Like,
Like
Well,
we can all like roll maybe different aspects.
yeah, exactly. Since we're all doing, like the sum of the parts is greater than the whole and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Well, what I could do is I'll have Eric. So it sounds to me that this is going to be more like a roll with an assist, right? It's going to be kind of like a teamwork test.
Okay. Yeah.
So Eric will make the primary test, and then Rick, you can assist by generally speaking, if like a character is assisting another character, I would ask like, well, how are you changing the fiction, right? So what are you doing specifically within the scope of this scene to create an asset, right? So what are you doing?
Well, I mean, if it sounds like he's got investigation, but I have a little bit more knowledge of the streets. So, as he's searching and doing this stuff, I might give him more context as far as like gangs, also like maybe because gangs and stuff aren't going to be like, oh, here's my website. So I'll be like, well, if you want to find out information about gangs, you have to go to like this sort of channel, like on the dark web, or you have to use Tor or whatever, like something like that,
Right. I mean, the other thing is like you could probably extrapolate when the murders took place,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, you don't have that exact information, right? But yeah, okay. So Eric, I want you to roll intelligence plus investigation. Threshold 3, and Rick's going to give you an extra.
Okay.
An extra is going to give you a +1 to the roll. So that's going to be a +1 die to roll, right?
Okay. So that's gonna be 6 so far.
And so the threshold is 3. Yeah.
All right.
So you can spend effort if you want,
Or you can
and either
wait.
before the roll or after the roll.
Do it after.
All right. I'm gonna roll and then see if I need it after.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
3
Right.
successes.
1, 2, 3. Great.
If
Okay.
you threaten to roll afterward, then it just
Well,
gives it to you.
Well, here's the thing.
That's
How
the
about
fear
this?
works. Well,
If I use my effort and I re-rolled 3 and I get more successes, can you tell me more? Can you be more specific?
I say save it.
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, I think this is just kind of like one of those things where I see what you're saying there, like gradations of success. Like, oh, every success I get, do I get like a piece of information kind of thing?
Yeah.
In
There are
this
probably
case-
situations where that's, yeah.
right. So
Yes.
this is what you turn up. But you find that a neo tribe called the Paladins use the Maltese cross as one of their symbols. From what you are able to uncover from your online search, this neo tribe believes themselves to be some kind of chosen crusader, like some kind of like holy avenger, holy chosen warriors, at in this sort of apocalyptic and during this apocalyptic end time.
Hmm.
Would they be into reanimating humans or against it? Do we know?
That's information you don't have.
Okay. Can I call a friend?
Of course.
All right. So I feel like this is triple duty all day long, but the most likely person to know anything is Linshin.
Haha.
She's triad.
Okay.
So I give her a call. Plus, she has a vested interest. She gets a percentage, right? So I ring her up
Okay.
if that's possible, if that's a thing.
So we're calling on a favor, is that correct?
Ooh, a favor. I'm just calling to ask some. I just ask some information. That's like if I called you, I'm like, hey, which Hellboy comic is the best one?
Yeah. No,
Is that a favor or is that?
no,
Plus,
you're calling for professional information.
I am, but
Yeah.
she gets paid as a result of my success.
Right.
Like if she helps me, she actually gets money.
Right.
Do you have any like street contacts that would do it for free?
Well,
no, I'm saying
I'm just
she
wondering-
gets paid because
yeah. No, I get it.
yeah. Or I could call. Yeah, I don't know. I was just gonna ask her what she knew about the paladins.
Right. You
and,
know,
like what their MO is.
mhm. Mhm.
Could we like, if we know basically it's the paladins, if we did like sort of a deeper
Web search.
internet search, maybe like maybe they've been on the news lately or something like that.
We can do that.
I'm wondering if the
Um,
news would have true information, or if they're like, these demons.
Well, this
believe
is.
that blood is gold.
I mean, I'm not totally opposed to calling Lin Shin. I mean, that's certainly something that's within the realm of. I'm just curious about like how fixers are, like the relationship between a fixer and like as information broker, and the conflict of interest between fixer and and like information contact. And that maybe that's
different
something
contact.
maybe that's something I need to think about.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
could try Scorpio.
but another thing you can do is you could always roll connections too. So you have your contacts themselves that you can
Okay.
call
Yeah.
for specific favors.
Okay.
Or you can roll connections. And what
Okay.
connections do is you just basically you dig into your social networks to try and find helpful leads of random people that you might be able to turn up that can help you. And the way that works is you roll your rep, and against a threshold of the quality of the connection that you're looking for, and whether or not they might be able to to see whether or not how helpful they are. And if you succeed on finding a helpful connection, then you lose a point of temporary rep.
Okay. I can do that.
So either way.
So what quality am I looking for? I'm just thinking. Oh, sorry, my microphone was up. Could you hear any of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quality. I guess the quality would have to do with like the quality of information, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the thing. I'm mainly trying to find out the sort of corporate motto, or like the sort of I know it's not corporate, but like what are these guys into? Would they be the ones reanimating this corpse, or would they be the ones stealing it from someone who reanimated it? Maybe they're like, this is unnatural, we're taking it. Or maybe they're like, oh yeah, let's bring the dead back for some reason. I'm trying to figure out what the angle is.
Okay.
And maybe find out where they might be located, or where some of their hubs are.
Right. Okay. So it sounds to me like, well, if you want to like find out like where they are, I would say that's probably a good connection. So that would be like a difficulty 3 roll.
How many
if you want to find out more like general information about like their behavior and like the kind of shit that they may or may not do, I would probably say that's more of a moderate connection. So that would be like a difficulty 2 roll.
So here's the question.
Yeah.
Could I do it all in one roll, where if I hit the 2, I get that general information, but if I hit the 3, I get that plus their location, like where they are?
Yeah. So you can go for right.
Because
yeah, right. So that's a bit of a I can see how that becomes a bit of a mechanical wrinkle.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be, because like your rules can be what they are, but then people naturally, like when certain circumstances come up, they naturally go, well,
yeah,
this seems reasonable. So
right. So
I don't think
basically,
it's really.
I think basically you just roll and we see like how good of a connection you can get. Maybe
Okay.
that's how that's the way it has to be.
Yeah, that would
that
make
makes sense. And then you're like, okay, this roll gets you
Right.
this information. The information that you get is the paladins are called the paladins.
Right.
Paladin.
It starts with a P.
I'm actually a paladin. Here's my blood type, my social security number.
Yeah, exactly. You rolled a billion successes. You know all of them. Okay. Difficulty is what?
Well, it's difficulties still 4. So
okay, and I'm rolling just my rep, right?
Yeah, just rep.
Okay. So 4 dice. Okay, 4d6. I'm rolling it up. 3 successes,
Oh
mofo.
wow! Shit. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are able to turn up a good connection through
Sweet.
your network. So you want to talk about who this connection is?
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Okay. This connection, okay, it's about the okay, this connection's name is, let's say Raz.
Nice.
Like
Let's see.
what leads you to this person? You know, like what social networks are you like leaning on here?
This guy is definitely in the streets.
Okay, yeah.
I knew him a long time ago. He's a Giza. We go go back a long way. He was at my yard every day. Okay. And we're just bruvs. And I've known him forever, but I haven't talked to him in like, I don't know, a couple of years. And I thought maybe he knows, you know, you get instinct. So that's it.
Yeah. He tells you this. He's like, Squid, bro. So I can't tell you much of nothing about like what these paladins like believe in or many of that kind of shit. You know, those fucking guys don't want to talk to me, right? And I want to stay clear of them. But I tell you, I see some of their signs on the street. You know, I see some of their graffiti. You know, I see it going up. You know, in certain neighborhoods. You know, and he tells you about a certain neighborhood that he's seen like a lot of like recent paladin graffiti going up. And you know, some of the signs they put up these crosses, and sometimes they'll put up other stuff too, you know, like they'll put up some like Virgin Mary shit, you know, or some Jesus shit. Or this other one where it's like you know, it's like a P with like an X through the bottom of it. You know, so but yeah, they're out in the barrens. You know, and he describes the neighborhood.
Okay.
And he says, I'll tell you something else.
Uh-oh.
Word on the street is that you know, someone's that these guys took a hit recently.
Meaning that like someone exploited them? I'm just out of character.
No, like they were attacked.
Oh, okay.
Like some like a rival gang or something.
Okay. So they were attacked. They weren't like robbed. They were like attacked. Okay.
So I don't know the details, but I guess they've got some enemies.
All right, Raz.
You know, but you know, they do some good though. You know, they got like they do some, like
shit.
He says he's, you know, this is what he says. He says he tells you this. He says, I heard they about where they got hit. He says, that's right. I heard about this. They were working at this they were like running this soup kitchen up at this YMCA, and this fucking gang rolled up on them and shot the place up.
Oh wow. Oh boy. When was that?
It was like a week ago.
Oh shit. So out of character, this coincides with the corpses, you think?
The timeline seems to coincide, yeah.
Shit. Miracle workers. All right, Raz. Anything else?
He said, what do you want with these guys anyway?
I can't say. I know you're my blood. I've known you for a long time. You're my heart. I can't say. But you know what? Look at your wallet. There's like, I gave him 1,000 creds.
Oh, shit. Squid, you're the best, man.
What?
Hey, It's like, call me up, man. Call me up. We gotta hang out. We gotta hang out, man. You know where to find me.
Okay.
You're the
Alright, so
best. You're the best.
It's nothing. Respect.
Love to your family. And he logs off.
Oh man. Wow, 1,000 credits. I'm noting it down right now. I have a question. If you do that enough, does your connection become a contact?
Ooh,
Respect.
yeah, point. Good point. Good point.
You pay for it, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, totally. Like you can, yeah, like you just keep paying to like up your guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, write that guy's name down.
I wrote it down, Raz. Yeah.
As
Sweet. So I say to the crew, do you think that the people who died, who were ghosted, those people, you think they're the ones who came back to life? The ones who were at the soup kitchen, you think they died at the soup kitchen and then the paladins used merry magic to bring them back?
That's what it.
That's what it sounds
That's what
like.
it sounds like. Maybe they found the Grail if they got that Cairo running around.
The Holy Grail, yeah. Like maybe they went to Ethiopia. Like they read some like Graham Hancock to Ethiopia, found the Grail, right?
Yeah.
Now they're using it.
Yeah, they're using it. Shit. I mean, that'd be a big Grail if it's in a duffel bag.
Yeah, true. Truth.
True. It's a pimp cup Grail.
The biggest pimp cup ever, though.
Yes.
Oh god.
It's the what is that? That
It's like a pimp Lowe's
Stanley
bucket.
Cup.
yeah, the Stanley Cup. That's it. You're reading my brain all over the place. The fucking
I know, it's
Cronenberg, the
crazy. We're,
Stanley
like,
Cup, I'm
connected.
impressed. Holy shit.
Yeah, and I think I did see Dead Ringers. That's the one where the guy makes his own medical equipment.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I think I did see
The-
that one. Yeah.
These are gynecological tools for working on mutant women.
Love it. Love it.
Have you seen that, Chris?
oh,
Amazing.
It's pretty good.
It's a
that
big.
down too.
To-
Okay.
It's a big.
It's just Cronenberg. He's
Okay.
just like that.
But it's
He's-
like it's not a Cronenberg really. It is, but it's like it's a Victorian romance drama between twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Whoa.
It's
It's
really
very
weird. Yeah,
strange.
twin gynecologist, right?
Yeah.
Like Jeremy Irons in that or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
It's so good.
Whoa.
It's on Prime.
Check
Oh
it out.
wow, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Totally worth watching.
All right, so should we go hit the neighborhood? You think, or should we
Uh,
do something else?
we
Should
could-
we do more investigation?
we check it out? Do you think it's worth checking out the hospital, or do you think they just?
Well, I was actually going to ask that
Mm,
because I
yes.
I want to know more about this hospital to see if maybe word on my side of the street is that maybe this hospital is doing some kind of shady stuff. And I may potentially have a contact who may have some of that information.
Cool.
So
That sounds likely.
See, the thing is, though, I don't know if I know him outside of where I worked or where I still continue to work. So I can't like call him. I would like have to actually like go to, like, at least how the way I think about it is like he's a work buddy, but he's not really a buddy. He's just kind of a guy that, you know.
Well,
just
I
bump
mean,
smoke with.
he's your contact. I mean,
Yeah,
you
okay.
invested your points into him, so I mean
Yeah.
that means like he's like a resource that you can lean on.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the way that the rules work is that like if he's your contact, then he is someone that you can kind of call up or visit. I mean, however you see fit, and you can ask them for favors. Basically, that's what a contact's good for. And so they can give you information, They can they could even like do like things for you. They could give you like durable goods. You know.
What's the difference between a contact and an ally then?
All right, so like an ally. Go ahead.
Ally is better, right? It's
Yeah, allies are like your buddies. They're your friends. They're like they're more loyal. They'll like risk stuff for you. It says ally will stick his nose out for the character. He'll take risks and do favors because you two are close and have shared history. An ally might be a close business associate, a family member, a lover. So contacts you have a history with, they're a resource or information. They'll help if asked, but they'll probably expect something in return. That you have a polite and amicable professional relationship with anyone that you can think of that you can call up or trade favors with. That's limited to what the contact is going to do. They might not always be willing to help, but the ally is always going to be, you know, they're close, you're tight, you're friends, your family.
Chris, really quickly, just a little housekeeping. The reputation box
Yes.
on the sheet,
Yeah.
should it be more like a damage track box where it has max rep and then current rep?
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Just so I can be like, oh, it's because I think I just used one, right?
Did you? Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Sorry.
my, yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So you're gonna call up your. What do you want to do, Eric?
I'm debating. I don't think I really want to talk to him. You know who I do want to talk to? Let's do some allies.
Okay.
Let's talk to Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Esmeralda.
Let's talk to Esmeralda. I feel like she would be a little more helpful in this situation. I feel like she's procured a couple of doctors or a couple of people who go to that who work in that hospital.
Okay.
And she'd be out now too.
Sure. Okay. All right. All right. So so the call goes out. And you know, a few moments later, like you see Esmeralda's face pop into your AR window. And she's like leaning over a mirror in like a bathroom. Like putting on like some lipstick, you know.
Mhm.
And she's like Kaduceus, talk to me, what's going on, honey?
As I
She
need
says,
to
you know
know,
I'm working, but I'll make time for you.
this won't take long. I need for you. So do I know the name of the hospital, right? Like whatever the name of the hospital is.
Yeah, no, I have it. It is Metro Zone 32 Northwest.
Metro Zone 32 Northwest.
Metro 32.
Okay. And I'm not looking directly at her because I'm a little shy. I'm like, I need you to do me a favor.
Do you look anyone? Do you look anyone in the eye? No.
No. I need you to.
Yeah, favor, sure. What's up?
Yeah.
Everything okay?
If you or any of your girls know anything about Metro Zone 32 Northwest, can you just keep an eye out for me, or keep an ear out for me, and just let me know?
She's like Kaduceus, can you be a little more specific? What do you want my girls to look out for?
Just let me know if there's anything weird that they've heard about going on there, anything weird about some secret things or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. Weird secret things. Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll keep my ear out.
Yeah. Especially anything about any of you girls notice anybody affiliated with that hospital who's been wearing Maltese crosses lately?
She's like, honey, I don't even know what that is. Maybe you send me something, okay? You
I'll send you an image.
send me a picture and I'll show it to my ladies and
I'll send you a picture.
we'll keep an eye out. Promise.
Yeah.
Promise.
How are your ladies doing?
Everyone's good. Everyone's healthy. Making money.
Good.
Working hard.
Good. All right. Just
She's
if you
like-
hear any-
she's making the kissy face in the mirror. She's like looking, doing her eyes, you know.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I am off in 5.
All right. Be safe.
You too, love. Kisses.
Hmm.
She logs off.
I go, All right. Just to let you know, Esmeralda is a prostitute slash pimp who was one of the first people who brought her girls to me when she started noticing that they had this weird disease. And then we became kind of close through that.
So she's not a worker? Is she not a worker? Is she a prostitute? Or is she just a madam?
She could just be a madam.
Okay.
Maybe she used to be a prostitute, but now she's a madam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was one of the first women that brought me her girls with weird disease. Okay, so she's seen weird shit. So
She's seen weird shit.
yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so maybe like the conversation would be revised a little bit. She's like, is it, she'd be more concerned. She'd be like, is there something I gotta be worried about? Are you
No.
telling me there's something, is there something that I need to be like, I'm looking out for my girls about,
Your girl shouldn't be in danger. There's nothing about your girls being in danger. Don't worry about that.
Well, I know if there was, you'd be the first to tell me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Strange attractor.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Kaduceus. This is strange attractor. The
Yeah,
disease.
I think so.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I know you'd be the first to tell me if you ever found out who was responsible for that.
Oh. You'd be the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh.
All right, okay. So
I mean, I've let's just say she and I have watched a lot of her girls die together.
allergic to water?
Not allergic to water, but just water acts like acid on their skin almost. It's just like it burns them.
Okay.
Like almost like it burns them, their saliva like gets to the point where that burns them too. Like it's just moisture, really, liquid.
Wow. That's a real
Yeah.
bitch considering that our bodies are like 80% water,
That's what I was studying until one day. Just disappeared.
Hmm.
Disappeared.
All right, well, I assume you sent her the picture of the Maltese cross.
Yep.
All right, fine. Is there anything else? Did you want to do anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
What about Crunchy?
So we got hospital stuff going that. No, I think I'm pretty good until we roll out. I'll just make sure my little drones are kind of in working order. I'll pack up like a hawk, a fly, just to hang out and like do some scooting around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably like game time, it's like 1 a.m. or something like that. Do you have a plan as to like what your next move is?
So Do you guys want to go to the hospital or the soup kitchen?
My guess is the soup kitchen might be
Yeah.
a little bit of a hotter lead than the hospital,
Yeah.
because my intuition is that they just broke in and stole their corpses, kind of thing, more than like.
Right.
I mean, there could be security footage, but
Yeah.
So we'll go to soup kitchen, find out what happened, ask some
Yeah.
neighbors, some people around
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
Yeah.
All right. So, other question: are we doing that tonight? Or are we waiting until the
Oh, yeah.
morning?
I think. Oh yeah. Right.
Oh, in both levels, yeah. Well, the fact that it's almost 10:30 and my brain is like
Yeah.
slowly
Yeah, and I don't
collapsing.
think the soup kitchen's going to be open at 1 a.m.
True, but the people around the neighborhood will be.
That's true. That's true.
Oh man. All right. So we know our next move.
Yeah.
Cool. That
Yeah.
sounds good. That sounds great.
So soup kitchen in the daytime.
With a street samurai, hopefully.
With a street swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
that'd
better
be
because then we're
great.
not just rolling up on a gang with like, hey guys,
Yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good.
So we're hitting it on the daytime, not the nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
So let's wrap it up then.
Yeah.
We'll pick up next session. You guys roll out to the soup kitchen.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
So as far as XP,
What?
take 2.
Cool.
So 1 for completing a game session and 1 for problem solving.
Wait,
Cool.
where is XP on
Yeah,
Yeah,
here?
there's no
I-
XP and there's
there's
no
no-
money
yeah.
bars on your sheet.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's that's why I'm so confused about.
Uh,
There's
okay.
space for it.
Well, yeah, there is space.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we need a spot for XP and we need a spot for money, don't we?
And then the rep thing, since there's space right to the right of the rep thing, you can just put it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So XP, let's put that right here. XP.
Or I can make the XP box right
One,
next to rep.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's where I expect it to be anyway.
Yeah.
But the rep box with a slash through it, so you know,
Yep.
current rep might be helpful.
But I could do that with effort too, because effort's a commodity. I mean, it's like a
Yes.
something you
Yeah,
spend.
both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then should I roll my charisma to get
So,
my
to
rep
see if-
back?
So the only way that if you get your rep back, the way that works is that you need to spend some time grooming your image.
What?
So that's how that works.
It's and I roll at the end of day, right?
So a face can use their any rep burned on favors
Mhm.
can be regained by grooming your image for a day.
For-
So
for a day.
on social media, nightclubs, public events,
Oh my god.
roll charisma at the end of the day. Any successes rolled equal rep points regained.
So I spend a day. Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe a day is too long, but maybe it
Yeah.
could be like a dedicated amount of time. Like basically,
okay.
the idea is that you need to like get back out
Yeah.
into your public to
Yeah.
like basically demonstrate
Damn.
how cool you are. Like,
Yeah.
and that requires a little bit of time and exposure. So
Okay.
at least like if not a day, if we decide that that's too long, then at least like a few like 4 to 6 dedicated hours of just like
Yeah.
making a YouTube video or something, right? Making a good Twitter post.
It could be like a like in the other game we're playing, everything was broken into like the day was broken into like 3 parts.
Yeah.
Remember that? So maybe it'd be like the equivalent of like 1 part of a day. or
Like
something?
when we played Dolmenwood when it was
What are they called?
I forget. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. But either way, it was something like 6 hours or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Or maybe it was 4. Let's see, 24 hours, 18. Yeah, something like that. 7. I don't know. It's a third of an active day, I think.
Right.
So maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I could rephrase it.
I'm gonna wait on that then.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But also the advantage is you can earn back more than 1 point too. So any success,
Oh wow.
any successes that you roll are equal to rep points regained.
Oh, so you get more than what you had? No, you
No,
just get.
no, you just
Okay.
you can get more than one.
Yeah. Okay.
And another thing that we're probably going to forget about too is how that your rep, if the difference in rep that you have versus another person's rep. So let's say my rep is 2 and yours is 4,
Mhm.
and you're like trying to persuade me to do something. You get the difference in rep as extra dice to social rolls,
Yeah.
just because you're that much cooler than me.
Yeah. So cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I like that idea too, because it super motivates you to use the rep. Like if you know that you can have a chance to get it back, then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I can like super use it like many times during a session.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
which is really good.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for playing, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
I like this very much so far.
I'm liking it too.
Yeah, this is pretty neat. I'm digging
Yeah.
it. So I'm gonna be away. I'm going to Florida next week,
All
Wow.
right.
and to see my dad for like
Oh.
a long weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And after that, the week that I come back, I think that Thursday I'm doing a D&D thing. So I'm gonna let's schedule for the following Thursday after that.
Okay.
Um,
We may not be here,
which might be
depending
like
on when that falls.
beginning of June, like the first Thursday of
Yeah,
June.
the first week of June, we're not going to be around.
Oh, shit. So maybe we can like schedule for a different day or something, like a Saturday or something, or Friday. or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could do that. We could do like a Saturday.
we do Saturday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe like this Saturday I come back from Florida.
Yeah, send us
Yeah,
messages.
just send us
figure us
messages.
out.
We'll figure something out.
Great. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Awesome.
All right. Thank
Yay.
you.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night.